rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledged knowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's #1 Chief Rocket Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly. Right? Bim. Y'all know what it is. Get that energy up. It's the Knicks at Night podcast. We about to rock for about an hour and a half, 2 hours talking that Knicks talk, the way that we like to have that Knicks talk to us. Bim, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Get that energy up. Get that energy all the way up. Man, blue tears, orange tears, orange tears. Bim. Let's go. Let's get it. Y'all. The Knicks beat the San Antonio Spurs 117-114. Right? I'm impressed. Jalen Brunson balled out tonight. I'm excited. Bim. Man, I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited. The Knicks got a dub tonight. Doctor loves to hate, man. I see you out here. Happy New Year. Bam. Jalen Brunson played his behind off tonight. Man. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the way the point guard position looks. I think it's steady. And that is a big time improvement from what we've been in the past. Rodney Atkins, what's good? Yeah, man. I'm excited, man, about where this team can go. But I'm not looking past any team. I don't want to look past any team on the schedule. I want to do this thing one thing at a time, man. I'm excited for this game that we won. Yeah, man. Randall had an off shooting tonight, and he still finished. Randall finished with, man, I had it here. Man, Detroit is about to beat Golden State. Wow, have the mighty have fallen. But Randall took 26 shots and finished. With 25 points. His shot was definitely off tonight. But he did have 13 rebounds. He did have 3 assists. He did have 3 steals. He did have 4 blocks. Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle together took 53 shots. I believe we needed that too. 2 guys took 53 shots together. I think we needed that. I think we needed that. JJ, yeah, I see y'all. Drip Moore's in the building. Time from Huntington was good. I saw some of that stuff. I saw some of that stuff, man. I just feel like there were times, and I'm not gonna be super critical of Quickly, but there were times driving lanes were there, right? And I don't mean driving lanes so that Quickly could stay going to the rim, putting up shots, but getting into the defense where you threaten the defense to get the defense to collapse, where you could get that ball to Mitch, maybe on a lob or somehow down low or sprayed out to the corner. So yeah, I agree with y'all with the ball movement part. I agree with the ball. You know what? I agree with the ball movement part. I agree with that ball movement part, man. Where I don't know if I agree on to a certain thing. I don't know if the origin of the ball movement part thing is something that I co-sign though, because I thought there was opportunity for Quickly to create for others, for Brunson to create for others. Once Randall got it ISO'd, he didn't look to pass mostly. But I felt like that was because Randall felt like he had a matchup that he could dominate, but he didn't. Right? But yeah. There were a lot of things, man. A lot of things we probably need to clean up. But I would suggest I would say take this win as it is. I'm excited about the fact that we've won 3 in a row. I'm excited about the fact that we won 3 in a row. Because the 5-game losing streak was really. Oh, look who we have. Okay, we got somebody backstage. Let me see. Who we got backstage? Oh, I see who it is. Check this out, y'all. Adam, what's good?
What's good, Freeze? What's good? That was dope.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I could not bring myself to putting some Rangers stuff on you in that intro.
Man.
I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had Photoshop open and everything. I just can't.
No, man, but you did a good job on my intro.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure you will change it up later on.
Yeah, or something. Depends on technology. Depends on.
Yeah, man.
We're working with limited resources, bro. So we just do the best we can with what we got. How you doing, man?
I'm
feeling?
good.
How you feeling after this dub?
Oh man, I'm feeling great with this victory.
Okay. How'd you feel about that? You know what? After we pieced it up a little bit, after we, you know what I'm saying, we ended the hangout. I was thinking about what you were saying about the defense, man, and
Yeah,
our defense. Yo, I think you're right, bro. I think I'll say it like this: we were at a stretch where the Spurs were hitting a lot of contested shots,
yep,
and I was like, you know what? Nah, man. If you do any more, you'll foul them right there. But then as I was, at the computer, because I took the break, but I never actually took a break. I ended the hangout, and
yeah,
then I worked on some stuff. I've been sitting at this computer the whole time, right? I was
yeah.
thinking, like, you know what, that defense does need to tighten up and play better.
I'm telling you, man, they were leaving guys open,
Yeah, yeah.
especially Keldon Johnson. And, they did a good job on the green hair guy.
Sohan.
Yeah, Shohan, they did good on him, but Johnson, come on, man, they gotta do a better job on him and the number 7 for San Antonio, whatever his name is.
Which one you said?
Number 7 for San Antonio.
Seven,
What's his
seven,
name?
number 7. I don't know right offhand. 7?
JJ in the chat says Adam got his theme song. Let's go.
Oh, Josh Richardson.
Yeah,
Josh Richardson.
he's acknowledging my theme intro. I think that's
Yeah, man.
dope.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
man.
Yeah,
That
number
intro.
7. You're right though
Yeah,
about 7. About
yeah. They
how,
didn't do a good job defensively against him and Johnson.
I would love for the Knicks to look at an acquisition of a player like that for the playoff stretch.
I wouldn't mind having Kendon Johnson on this Knicks team. He's a good
Wow,
player.
their best player. Okay,
Yeah, he's a good player.
okay,
He's the
okay.
one that did most of the scoring in the second half.
Yeah, yeah. Salute to the chat. Salute to y'all, man.
Yeah, man. Salute to the chat. Salute to the panel.
Right, right. Yeah, man. I don't know if they'll come off Keldon Johnson.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's not a free agent yet.
yeah. I don't know though. I'm not in their front office. I don't know. You know what
Right,
I'm saying? Don't want to speculate.
right,
But it seems as if, teams first or second, third best young player, they generally don't try to come off of those guys unless you offer them
right.
something rich.
Yeah, man.
You know.
I wasn't expecting the intro this early because I thought you wanted me to be hopping on like a decent amount of time. I remember you said that I have to do 100, 200 shows with you
Yeah. Hey,
to
Adam, man.
order for you to make an intro for me.
Yeah, man. How long do you think
I
about it?
have I
Day
have no
day
idea
and
how
night.
many.
Think about what day and night is over 2 months. Day and
Yeah,
night over 2 months. That's a
that's
lot of hopping on, right?
oh yeah. I don't even know how many times I came on.
Imagine how I feel about it, bro. Yeah, man. Just imagine.
I
Yep.
don't even know how many times I came on, but it has to be close to 100
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
or getting close to 100.
Yeah, man.
But I don't
Yeah.
think I came on over 100 yet
Yeah. I mean, not, but whatever.
because I've been watching every time you come on. I've been watching,
Okay.
and all you do is read my text on the
Yeah.
chat,
Yeah.
my messages on the chat,
Yeah.
and
I was guessing.
it took me a while to come on because I didn't know how to get in to the panel. I had my brother help me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I had to make sure that the headphone mic works, and it does.
Okay.
That's what
Well,
I'm using the headphones.
guess who? Guess what? Guess who backstage?
Oh, Dre,
Guess who backstage?
Dre.
up, Dre?
There he
Hey,
is.
I appreciate that, man. I feel like I'm part of the family for real now, man.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
Man.
The intro is very, very lovely. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
What's up?
man.
What's up, Breezy? What up?
yeah,
What up, Ed?
Freezy,
How y'all doing?
Ain't nothing. Ain't
the,
nothing.
the Freezy, you know, you do. It takes. I don't know how long it takes you to make an intro for someone that comes on the panel, but I know it takes a lot of work.
Yes, it's
It
a
takes
lot
a
of work.
lot. It takes a lot of your time.
It's a lot of work, bro. You got to find
I
songs that are not
yeah, I know it's not easy.
copywritten, and you have to have permission to use them, and all this type of stuff, bro. You know,
I
yeah, it take a
I
lot of work.
appreciate it a lot, man. I appreciate
I
it.
Yeah, man.
appreciate it
Yeah,
very
What's
man.
what's
Yeah,
this?
much,
What's
man.
the
Freezy.
Take some
topic of conversation? The game
um
or
Of tonight's game.
yeah?
ball movement almost sunk us, bro.
The Knicks did not play well defense on the defensive
Then
end.
That too.
I I
I know you agree, Dre.
yeah, our defense was pretty suspect,
Yeah, it was pretty
particularly on
shaky.
Keldon.
It was sloppy.
I think I mentioned it on one of the Knicks morning drives. Like our offense, it when it gets down to the stretch, it just turns into your turn, my turn, and it's understandable. Like coaches like Pop will adjust and try to throw
Right,
junk defenses to blow up
right,
whatever read and react offense you have. But you gotta pivot away from going isolation every time down. I understand it
right,
maybe every other time, or you could even go pick and roll. Like I don't. We probably should run a lot more pick and roll between Brunson and Randall, or pick and pop.
right.
It just looked like
Well,
your turn, my
the
turn
thing about
basketball.
but the
Yeah,
thing about Randall and how he stays healthy is he doesn't roll to the basket, bro.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And I know I may have said this
Which
during the
which
summer,
is
bro.
which is which is why I was like, there are instances where if we're gonna like, you know how sometimes teams go offense defense on timeouts down the
Right,
stretch.
right, right,
There should be some instances where you bring Randall in the game as maybe the five, for instance, on an
right,
offense defense type possession. You have him pop, and that frees up the entire lane for Brunson to do his magic, which you know what he loves to do,
right.
which is get into the middle of the lane or to either the elbows by the free throw line and get what he wants.
You
But when
activate the
we
Brunson burner, do some type of
basically,
post move. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So it's you gotta figure out ways to get easier offense, and I
right.
feel like like we like for as much as Mitch has given us. Well, Mitch didn't play particularly well tonight,
No, he
or
did not.
our other centers. If we're trying to get like if we're
His
trying to
impact was mixed,
solidify
bro.
getting a bucket, like if we're trying to almost guarantee getting 2 points up on the board, even though like second chance points is part of our game,
Hmm.
when we're trying to, we can't really rely on that when it's like coming down the stretch and it's like a tie game or you're up two and you need a bucket to seal a game.
Right,
You need
Yeah,
to
right,
you need to have like you need to try to generate looks that are different than the looks that you give the opposing team the entire night. Like they know where Mitch is going to be in the dunker spot. They know where Randall likes the ball. They know where Brunson
right,
likes the ball, and they're
right.
going to take that away from you. What are you going to pivot away? What are you going to pivot into?
I always felt like that was a personnel issue. Like what you
Right?
mentioned.
It
I
it
think
it, it very well maybe. It very well maybe. Yeah.
I think it absolutely is. But here's why. I'm gonna tell you why I say this. Because of all the things that you mentioned,
Hmm.
right? When Randall and Brunson do the pick and pop, you notice the eyes of the defense solely focus on them because we don't have a backcourt leaper that can catch a lob from a pass away
Doing
from the basket.
a backdoor
Right,
lob
right,
or yeah,
right,
yeah.
right. Where a defender has to kind of
Cheat.
open up his cone of vision as opposed to
Hmm.
being laser focused on these two guys. Like for instance, and just humor me here. Just humor me. I'm not saying that we could ever get this guy, right? Just humor me. But Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle running the pick and roll, right? But Vince Carter runs a rub screen off the wing and gets a running start back door while you're looking at Brunson and Randall. All Brunson has to
Right.
do is throw that thing up to the opposite corner of the backboard, and Vince Sanity goes crazy,
Right.
right?
Uh,
You,
That's
you,
just like like even your average 3-and-D player usually is athletic enough to catch a lob, whether he's
right,
slipping back door while
right,
teams are cheating, completely focused in on Brunson and Randall.
right,
But also in the same token, if like, the idea of that is like even if they were to do that, if you have Randall popping, somebody's going to be open because
right,
they may not get the leak for the back door for the lob or anything like that, but somebody's going to be
right.
open in the corner three because
But that
it's
was the other part that I was going to mention to you.
yeah,
That was the other part that I was going to mention to you when you have, because basically what you would love to have, and just humor me on it. I'm
hmm
just saying this so everybody can understand where I'm coming from. The
yeah,
player prototype, not exactly the name, but if you have a Vince Carter type player that recognizes that, right? Now defense are sagging towards the paint to stop the back door. Now Brunson can penetrate the paint once he gets the screen, or they will allow Randall to ISO on a mismatched man. But
right.
if they come up with a junk defense, like say they zone up with say they do the Golden State Warriors defense, where they're back their front court, the center and the two wings, zone up on one side of the floor and have
They
responsibility
overload,
for.
they overload and try
Yeah,
to
yeah.
steer
They
you
say they.
away from that one side.
You know what you can do if if you had a screener like a um let's say you had a knockdown.
Ironically, I was gonna
Say,
say like ironically, maybe a screener like Draymond for a short roll, and then you can hit somebody that's open.
or no, I was gonna say the
Mm.
tall guy that used to play for Cleveland, but he plays for the Nets now.
Brook Lopez, well,
No, not
plays for
Lopez.
the
No,
Nets
the
now.
shooters, Joe Harris.
Joe
So
Harris. Okay,
ironically, if Joe Harris screened for Vince Carter, he resets or relocates to that corner. Whereas if you have a junk defense focused on taking away the lob and the paint penetration,
right.
now that player all the way in that corner is wide open. Joe Harris for three. Are you comfortable with Joe Harris taking corner threes?
No,
Absolutely.
on my team, yes.
You're
If
right.
I'm talking about the defense, I'm not comfortable just
No.
leaving
I ain't
that
even talking about
caliber
no.
for.
No.
Yeah,
I'm talking about ball movement now.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
even talking
Okay,
about
I
defense.
feel you. I feel you
I'm
100.
not talking
percent
about. I'm just saying. I'm just using player prototypes in this scenario. But what happens is we have Quentin Grimes doing that cut off the wing going to the basket, and we have Miles McBride's Emmanuel Quickly's in those corners for three,
Right,
right? And so what happens is instead of that play having the impact it would if you had a dude that can jump out of the gym. And it's the because I saw Tibbs run it with Obi and Cam Reddish, and Cam Reddish kept getting the corner three. And I was like,
right.
man, if if Cam can knock down this corner three, this
It would
play
open up
would
so
be
much.
that play itself would be unstoppable. But Cam couldn't knock down the corner three, and Obi Toppin, for all the agility that he has, he's not a functional athletic dude on certain stuff.
Right,
You feel me? Like for instance, Obi sets the second screen up top while the first screener gets the mismatch, which is usually Randall gets the mismatch. Obi comes around backdoor, gets the screen off the wing from Cam Reddish, and runs and gets to his launch point for Jalen Brunson to see him for the lob. And if they take away the lob, Jalen Brunson can throw the pass to the opposite side of the floor to a wide open Cam Reddish for three. But we can't get that because usually in that Cam Reddish spot, we had RJ Barrett in the corner for three, right?
right.
or we had, or we whoever the fifth starter was, Mitchell Robinson or somebody is setting the screen, getting a mismatch, and you're not giving it to him anyway.
Right.
So I think it's a personnel issue. Right now, I know there is no law against passing the ball to your teammates, but what I'm saying is systemically, if we were able to use the strengths of our players better, I think the offense would look a lot better. But the unfortunate part of where we are is our players are young and they don't always show that level of consistency where you can trust them every night.
Mhm.
You feel me? Like
Right.
it's like for instance, is Quentin Grimes a 14 point per game scorer, or is he a 20 point per game scorer?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, man.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
see. I see it. Like I'm trying to. I'm picturing it in my head how it's working, and it makes complete
right,
sense.
right. You see, if Grimes was a 20 point per game scorer, or had that potential, all these sets that Dre talked about and I talked about, they would work differently, or they would appear differently because you could get that model of consistency. And when teams see it on tape, they have the game plan for it. So
You
now when Jalen
you
Brunson
you,
gets into the Brunson burner, there
you
is
know
no
what's
second
funny?
defender coming.
You know what's funny? The same set like you're describing is the exact thing that the Portland Trailblazers do, except Jeremy
Right,
Grant is the guy in the corner and the guy that can
right,
catch lobs and the guy that's
right,
shooting high volume of threes at like 45% right now.
right. And
Like,
he recognizes when to go. Right. Like if I'm the defender, if if I'm the defender, because I'm sorry, San Antonio did it today. They had two roving defenders up top and three defenders zoning out baseline. Right.
right,
They did.
right.
I'm not saying that they did this all game, y'all. I'm not saying they did it, but
It's
I saw
really
them do it in certain.
used. It's really used as a deterrent because they show it before. Like the ball handler sees that they're loading
Right.
up, and
Right.
it's they're using it as like a deterrent. It's almost like when Tibbs starts screaming out ice.
Right.
It's like
Right.
that, but before the play even happens with a help side
Right.
defender.
Yeah. Yeah. And Popovich even trapped out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like when we went to one side of the floor, he would bring up that wing player from the baseline and the guard on that side of the floor and trap it. And then that forced us to swing the ball back around to the middle of the floor. Right? You know what I'm saying? So you can't get that weak side three. You know what I'm saying? Popovich, bro. Hey Dre, let me tell you
He's a
something, bro.
genius. He just has a bunch of
Popovich
young
is a
players that don't know
genius.
how to
Yes.
win yet just yet. You can see
Popovich.
the wheels turning, but like the players don't fully pick it up. But give them 2, 3 more years, especially with this top pick that they're coming, they're gonna be right back
When they get
talking
Victor
Western
W,
Conference
bro.
Finals all over again. When the Warriors taper off, if they taper off.
Yeah, I think the
But
Warriors are done. They lost to the Pistons tonight.
I mean, they won 5 in a row without Steph, but they can only
Yeah,
win
it's
at home
shocking.
teams. They're the best home team and the worst road team. Go figure.
Yeah.
That's a shocking
You know what
loss to
that
the
means, right?
Warriors.
That means their
That
role
means
players don't show up on the road. That's what
that
it
means
means.
that means a championship team gets home cooking.
Right.
Mhm.
Ooh.
That's a shocking loss to the
I mean,
Warriors.
home cooking can't make up for all the gaps if you're that
Yeah,
bad.
bro.
I
Think
feel
about.
like it's also like this thing, Freezy. Like besides Steph, Clay, Dre, it's legitimately well Poole on occasion, but he's up and down and he's very sporadic. But
Yeah,
it's a lot of role players and they play a system game. And when you don't have guys that have been staples in that system because they have a bunch of turnover as far as their role players, they're just simply not going to be consistent on the road
okay.
as opposed to home. It, that's really what I think of it. But there is home cooking. There is that element, but
Yeah,
you can't just attribute having the best home record to just home cooking at that and the worst worst.
That's the coconut flavor, greasy.
boom.
It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
man.
Polo
They,
sexual
It's
is the best.
I want
I would say
I was in
I would concede it's both Because I
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
them play, bro. They at home, Dre, at home, you can't touch the Warriors, bro. You
You
if you
can't touch
walk
it.
by a war, if you walk by a Warrior, bro, it's a foul.
But it's all
Yeah,
like
man.
also like just watching them play. The ball actually moves around better at home for whatever reason with them, and
Right,
on the road it just stifles into isolation play and it's
right.
just ugly, just
And
ugly basketball for
ironically,
what
I
I've
think
known
the
for them
Knicks, the
for.
Knicks play better away from home than they do on the road. Now
Yeah,
the record might say that all the time.
Yeah,
the
but the
actual
Knicks also
product,
play well.
besides us blowing games down the stretch, I think our record is well up until the last few games. Our record was better away from the Garden.
Okay, okay, okay.
Then at
And
home,
I feel like I think there's added pressure playing in the Garden, being the home team. Our
Yeah.
fans can be a bit rough.
Our fans can be very particular.
Like if we end up down 15 in the second quarter, you can hear those type of groans.
Yeah,
You know the
yeah,
groans that Melo used to get when he was trying to isolate on the block,
yeah, yeah,
and we're down
yeah.
by 12 in the third quarter, and he's about to
mm,
isolate, and you hear the
And he about to
groans,
ISO and take a 2-pointer.
and you hear
Oh,
the groans, and it's
Mello!
like Melo, pass the ball, stop holding the
Pass the
ball, and like who you
ball.
want him to pass it to, Lance Thomas? Like shut up.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
hey, Frizzy and Dre,
What's
Frizzy
up?
and Dre.
Yo.
The Knicks are 10-10 at home, 11-8 on the road.
Okay. Sweet.
And Knicks fans, Knicks in the panel, Knicks in the chat. You know what time it is. It is time
My
for.
my bad, my bad, Adam.
Go ahead,
Before you start,
Frizzy.
you might
Yeah, go
actually
ahead.
hear me getting water from my fridge. So just mute me for a second, Freezy.
Yeah, I got you, big dog. I got water right here.
There you go.
I did hear him get water from his fridge. Go ahead, Adam.
All right, Knicks fans, get that energy up. It is time for your NBA scores update. All the games are finals. Do you know we had 12 games tonight?
Okay.
That's a lot of action tonight. All right, Knicks fans. The Knicks beat San Antonio 117-114. The Memphis beat Charlotte 131-107. Cleveland beat the Suns 90-88. Orlando beat OKC 126-115. The 76ers beat Indiana 129-126. The Bucks beat Toronto 104-101. The Bulls beat Brooklyn 121-112. The Timberwolves beat the Trailblazers 113-106. The Pelicans beat Houston 119-108. Detroit beat Golden State 122-119. The Lakers beat Miami 112-109. And the Hawks beat Sacramento 120-117. There is your NBA scores update.
Okay.
All games
Cool.
completed.
All right. All right.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate that, Adam.
Eric's and
You
Eric
got it, Dre.
Siriel is in the building. We can get started now. Let's get it started.
Yeah,
Eric
man.
Siriel is in the building. Hey,
Oh,
man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I saw some things I liked tonight. I saw some things that I felt like could improve. Ball movement was one. I think the concept of our defense was good. I think the execution. I think the execution of the defense, though, could
you
probably
know,
be done
Yeah,
better.
you know why that is though, right?
No,
A lot of ticky tack dumb fouls from Mitch, and to be
yeah,
absolutely honest, a lot of the stuff we do on defense is based around the fact that Mitch will basically destroy everything that comes towards the rim.
right,
So when we have Hartenstein playing a bunch more minutes, the execution won't be the same. So like
right.
for instance, before this game, I think Mitch Robinson had like a top 3 net rating in the entire league.
Wow.
and that speaks
Right.
to well how good he's been and how bad our backups have been in comparison to him. So when we talk about like our execution, like particularly tonight, Mitch has
Right.
been averaging damn near 30 minutes or more over this last stretch. He played
Okay.
a lot less tonight because of the foul, so that goes into why our execution wasn't as pristine. Because if we were to go against a better team and Mitch was in foul trouble, we probably lose this game.
Oh, we definitely
So
struggle against a better team.
yeah,
Based
so
on how the offense looked. Now, if we'd have executed better, you know how they say with ifs, right? Right, ifs are not guarantees. That's why they call it if,
right.
right? But but man, Adam and I saw a few of those Mitch fouls, and we were
Oh, it
like,
was
"Where is the foul at?"
ticky tack.
Exactly.
Yes, yo,
Very,
they
very
tell
ticky tack.
you to do. Mitchell Robinson did it textbook on two fouls that Adam and I saw, and we could not see where Mitch committed the foul.
There was not a single foul there.
Yeah.
Yo,
I'm
Greeny in the
I'm
building.
what's up, Greeny? I'm looking at this I'm looking at the box score and our shot distribution was pretty horrible tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Randall
Of the
took
94
25
shots,
shots.
yep.
Yep.
Of the 94,
Randall
two
took
people took 53.
yeah, that's not good.
That's not
And
good.
Grimes was pretty efficient tonight. So was quickly. We could
Yeah.
have utilized them. Like we could have made Randall and Brunson a decoy on some plays more often than not.
And before you got here, I spoke exactly to that point.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Before you got, oh boy, look who here. Look who here. Greeny,
There he
what's good,
is.
boss?
Green, what's
Yeah,
good?
this good panel, this good chat. Big shout
What's
out
up,
to
Greeny?
everybody in the building. Hope you're having
Greeny,
a
I
wonderful
wanted to,
night.
bro. I wanted to rap over that beat so bad, bro.
Yo, that intro is tough. I ain't gonna front. That intro is tough.
I want this. I want. Listen, I'm not a rapper, right? I don't. I don't pretend to be that, right? But I want to say something over that. Yo, I was like, this. I should have said this for myself.
Crazy, you do an amazing job with these intros. Really,
Hey, well, thank you, man.
I tell you, man, you work your butt off making these
This this
intros,
is
man.
this is my this is my gift to y'all, man. I gotta give. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, the channel's not big enough where we can start cutting checks yet. But you know what I'm saying? If since y'all giving y'all time, man, I can give my time too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
I ain't gonna lie,
That's
good looks on the intro. That intro is tough.
Yeah, man.
Big shout out to Uncle Freezy
Yeah,
on that
man.
one.
Shout out, boss. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That joint was so far. I was like, oh my god, I gotta keep this for myself. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes,
but nah, that
sir.
joint that joint was fire. Yeah, man. But Dre, to the point that you were making before we went down the dirt road, um
Mhm.
53 shots from two people on a team that took 94 shots, bruh. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's it's not
That's
ideal.
Shaq and Kobe ish. You know what I'm saying?
That's that is like literally LeBron and Kyrie in the finals.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And we're playing the Spurs tonight. So
Yeah,
like
and we playing
it
the and we
shouldn't
playing the worst
shouldn't
team
be
in the league.
necessary. Yeah, so it shouldn't be necessary.
You know, to be honest, the Knicks on defense tonight, they have to do better because if you look at this game, man, the Knicks could have lost this game.
Show you something freezy. Uh Like
Yeah,
Mitch played 13
yeah,
minutes tonight, and you could
yeah.
see the effects of him not playing his customary 30. And 30 minutes, we never used to expect that much from Mitch, but
Right.
now it's a regular occurrence.
Right.
It kind of reminds me of the development of Rudy Gobert, where it took
Yeah.
him a few years of consistent playing and then putting on muscle because Rudy Gobert
Mm,
was rail thin.
yeah,
Yep.
man.
He had to put on muscle and then he eventually got there. Then he started playing 30, 35 minutes a night.
And nobody respected him in the beginning.
Oh
Oh,
Nobody.
no.
You remember how the dude used to cry after losses? This
mm,
dude used to legit cry after losses, right?
He was
Just
crying because he made the All-Star game.
yeah, yo, this dude is you know what? And his fans be like, yo, I want my players passionate, but then we also want them like we want our. It's crazy how we want our players to be, bro.
Passionate
I'm
and
a
stoic at the same
yes
time.
at the same time, bro. And we win him. Yeah, we want Jalen Brunson type players, right?
Right, right.
I got you. I
so
got you, Lena. Just give me a second.
Brunson is buzzing tonight.
All right. All
Brunson
right.
got to
There
get
we
these
go.
free throws down. So I
Brunson got to
know.
make these free throws, man.
Yeah, Randall missed way too many free throws tonight.
Yeah, man. So I got it up there. You was gonna chop. You was gonna talk about this. I guess not.
Oh, I didn't even notice it. My bad. I wasn't looking at the
Oh, you just
stream
you
yard.
threw a no look pass. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay,
This is why our execution, particularly defensively, didn't look up the stuff because we didn't have the eraser at the rim that we normally did do
right.
or the rebounder. And when you
I
look
think we
and
did.
you
I think we
what
did. Did you look at Randall's stats?
well if you look at the thing leads the league in box outs,
Okay.
that matters. Like eliminating the other team's best big from being on the glass,
Okay.
it helps. It matters. So like whereas maybe Mitch might not get the most defensive rebounds, like I do commend Randall for getting on the glass a lot harder tonight.
Right. Right.
He's been on like a tear as far as getting these rebounds. I think he
Right.
had 16 defensive rebounds the last game.
Right.
16,
That's a
almost
lot.
a career high. Yeah, it's a lot. So like I want
Yeah,
to
man.
commend him for that, but some of
Right.
it helps when you have Mitch like basically sealing off other teams' bigs, and then
Right.
your team can gang rebound because Mitch doesn't actually get a lot of defensive rebounds
No.
compared to how well we know he can actually rebound. He just expends most of that effort on the offensive glass, and then he boxes out people on the defensive glass.
Okay.
And when you see
Yeah,
these
man.
things like top three in net rating, true shooting is irrelevant because he only dunks the ball.
Volume.
So,
Yeah. Hey, but I tell you what I did see tonight, Dre and Greeny. I saw Mitchell Robinson take a jump shot.
uh, albeit
That's crazy.
well, albeit an ugly one, but it
That
was a
was
jumper.
ugly.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
That was ugly.
he
Dre, it
none
don't
of he
matter.
would
It
have
don't
just held the
matter.
ball and just let the shot clock run out. I was like, let me.
That
He
ball,
turned around and put up a jumper. I'm like, okay.
when he shot
Hey,
that
Yeah.
shot, that ball fell at the restriction area circle.
yeah, but Greeny, one day you gonna say this, bro. You gonna be like, it don't matter if that grandbaby got nappy hair. That's still our grandbaby. You gonna say stuff like, so it don't matter. It don't matter if Mitch took an ugly jump shot. It's still a jump shot. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yo, when I saw it, I was like, after no lie, I told Adam, I was like, Adam, one day
Gasp.
I can tell my great grandbaby I saw Mitchell Robinson take a
Yeah.
jump shot.
Yep.
It's
Even
crazy because
Jer-
I know
even
he was waiting for that moment, but it just
even
didn't pan
Jericho
out how he
If
Sims.
Mitchell
wanted to.
Robinson played for any other coach in the league, well, maybe not Pop, he would have taken more jumpers by now. But
Right,
we know who he plays for.
right.
Even Jericho Sims had a jump shot,
Jericho Sims. And
and,
Jericho
and he
Sims brought the
missed.
buck. Jericho Sims dribbled the ball up about 70 feet.
Yeah.
and he looked good doing it.
Wait, you
You
mean a
know,
professional basketball player can dribble a basketball? I didn't know that.
What? I mean, me either. I
you
was as
know,
shocked as y'all.
you know, with the Heat and Indiana losing tonight, that moved the Knicks up in
Okay.
standings. They're in six now.
I'm excited about all of it now. Now, don't get into now. I'm not saying I'm ready to go out and get a Knicks tattoo on my neck, but I am glad
I thought you had
that
one already.
oh no. Yeah, it was gonna be a Mets tattoo, but halfway through I changed my mind. It just says me. It's not METS. It's just ME. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Hey, P Rolls in the building. What's good, man? Good to see you.
Oh,
Yeah, P
okay.
Rolls in the chat, man. Yeah, man.
Who do we play
Yeah, I ain't gonna
next?
lie.
Yeah.
Huh?
Who do we play next?
Milwaukee?
Ooh,
The next three games is going to be tough. You have Milwaukee, then Toronto, and then Indiana. I think
they they
it's
were
not going to be easy.
Milwaukee and the Raptors were playing early 2000s basketball tonight.
Yeah.
They finished the first quarter 12 to 13.
What?
It was
Yeah.
I
Milwaukee,
was keeping up. Like I had it on split screen. The
Milwaukee
Raptors
squeezed
came
the win.
back from like 14 points in like a minute and a half or
Yeah, they
something
tied the
crazy.
game.
Yeah.
They tied the game
Put it like this. It
97
was
late in the fourth quarter. Forced an
no, I think it
overtime.
was overtime. Yeah, it was
Yeah, they
overtime. The
forced
score
an
was
overtime.
97. Oh.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah,
Milwaukee,
yeah.
and then
If the
Milwaukee,
comeback didn't happen, it would have finished at like a 95 to 86 score or something,
Wow.
something
yeah,
horrendous.
Wow. It'd have been
They,
like a Indiana Pacers Chicago Bulls score.
yeah,
88 to 79.
yeah,
with
Something
the
Indiana
crazy.
lost.
With the Davis brothers. Well, they're not
Yeah.
real brothers, but you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
back when power forwards could have muscles and no discernible skill besides
Right.
rebounding.
When all it had to be is tough.
All you had to
Yeah.
do was lift and be around 6'8", 6'9", and
Yep.
have and have
Yep,
muscles. Mid
Yep.
range
Yep.
jumper optional.
Optional.
yep. You got
Yep.
Toronto Friday, Milwaukee Monday, Indiana Wednesday.
Toronto on Friday.
Toronto Friday, Milwaukee Monday, Indiana Wednesday next week.
Mm,
This time next week we might be talking about six in a row.
who knows?
Hmm.
Who
Well,
knows?
remember we lost to
What
Toronto
what if RJ comes
last
back?
month.
You can't be
If
playing like this.
Hey, we lost to
I
Toronto
I
in
think RJ
December.
should be back pretty soon because apparently it said it'd be a week or so when they
I hope,
originally diagnosed him.
I hope y'all remember that the Toronto beat us last month
no, we know.
with Siakam scoring over 50 points
Oh,
in
we
that
didn't
game.
forget. We didn't
No, we
forget.
ain't forget. And you know what, Adam? Neither did Tibbs.
Oh, of course. So I feel that the Knicks need to do a better job on defense against Pascal Siakam. They cannot allow him to score more than 20 points a game. Uh-uh.
I mean, he averages 26 or 27.
Yeah,
What
but
we
for
would
him to
try to do is keep him under 30. That's what
but,
we should try
but for him to
try to
score
do.
Yeah.
but for him to score
Man.
50 for him to score 50 on the
Yeah.
Knicks, that's unacceptable.
I mean, that's unacceptable for anyone. But the way the league is going, Randall might get 55 against the
Right.
Raptors at
Oh,
this point.
that would be nice to see.
And Dre, and here is my answer to that. Right? Here's my answer to that. Put Quickly on the bench,
Hmm.
right? And I like Quickly. I like Quickly. So I'm not just talking trash about Quickly, right? Against the Raptors, I'm not starting Quickly.
Or who will you start?
Jericho Sims.
Really?
Jericho
Yeah.
Sims and Mitch. Well, he Jericho Sims
And Randall.
offers athleticism and switchability.
Yep.
Hmm.
And so a front court of Randall, Sims, and Mitch to start off against that front court that wants to run Scotty Barnes, OG Ananobi, and Chris Boucher.
The
You
only way
know
you
it's
could do that though is you have to have Sims guarding Randall right now and practice until the Raptors.
Probably, but I'm gonna talk to Julius Randle about taking on the challenge of OG Anunoby and have Mitch take on the challenge of Siakam with Jericho Sims doing the rim protection.
you know what's funny.
Mm,
You know what's funny. We could do that on one way defensively, but basically that's what the Bucks did tonight. The Bucks
Right,
started Bobby Portis with
right,
Giannis and Brook Lopez. It's just
right,
those players have the ability to space the floor, so it kind of makes it pointless for the Raptors.
right,
But on the defensive end, it held the Raptors down completely. Like Scotty Barnes
right.
was looking terrible tonight.
Terrible.
Pascal Siakam was absolutely terrible tonight. He was like 4 for 16 or something like that.
And so the thing about it is when teams put stuff on tape, you have to use it. I mean, they did it to us. You remember when we were in our 8-game win streak, we were smothering teams' guards. Like we were accosting every pass, every passing lane, every pick and roll, everything we were peeling out. So teams saw that, and so what they did was they just ran the pick and roll with a big guy and took the ball away from the guards. So
Right.
now our guards are on the baselines. You know what I'm saying? In the wash, getting caught up in the wash, getting beat up and all that stuff, getting the life beat out of them. Meanwhile, our power forwards and centers are getting blown by. And when they get to the rim, Emmanuel quickly has to block somebody's shot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And,
Right. 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 Right.
and I know it
There's
doesn't
only
make
so
sense in
much
a
he
lot of
can
people's minds.
do. There's only
Right.
so much he can do at 6'3", 6'4" at
Yeah.
best.
Yeah. Yeah. They flip the floor. They
Hmm.
put the big guys at the top, going to the basket, and had the little guys around the basket.
Right. They
You know what I'm
do, and
saying?
they do a lot of like rub screens and inverted pick and roll, which with like Van Vliet setting screens for Pascal and stuff like
Yeah.
that to
And once
allow
he do that, and
Pascal to
once
get
he
a
does that,
runway.
yeah.
He gets a runway, he takes off. That's all he needs.
And if you're the defense, you have to keep an eye on the popper in that case because it's not a traditional shot blocking, rebounding big. It's actually a shooting guard that's moving, relocating to his favorite spot to shoot threes from.
Him and
Y-
Gary
y-
Trent set those
And yeah,
screens.
yeah, 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 yeah. So I agree with you, boss. That's why I say that's what because I don't wanna have Mitch as the rim protector because if Mitch gets beat, Sims is there to get those ticky tack fouls that your big get when somebody's man gets beat, right?
You know,
But
you
if he
know, you know what, Matt Freezy. I was watching the game. They had the rim protector on Scotty Barnes like sagging all the way off into the paint. Like it
what?
was it was Brooke Lopez on Scotty Barnes, and they had Brooke Lopez sagging all the way onto the paint. And the
Right,
adjustment Scotty Barnes made, albeit it was too late, but Scotty Barnes was basically attacking Brooke Lopez and like putting up hook shots instead of settling
right,
for the jumper.
right,
Because before he wasn't looking to be a threat at all, and that would basically give Brooke Lopez free reign
right,
to help on other drivers,
right,
while Scotty Barnes is just in the middle of nowhere in the void, not really affecting the play in any
right,
positive way for the Raptors. But Scotty Barnes adjusted and scored like I think like 12 or 13 in the fourth quarter after starting
right.
like 1 for 10 on jumpers.
Wow,
Yeah, he was
wow.
pretty bad for Scotty Barnes. It was a 53-minute game. Scotty Barnes was bad for like 45 of the minutes.
I think Scotty Barnes is overrated, bro.
I see the tools, but will he ever put it together? I don't know
Yeah,
that. I don't know that.
I
Like
think he
they
is a
they try to make him
four.
a 6'10" point guard. He doesn't really have the handle. He's kind
Nope,
of
not yet.
robotic.
Yeah,
He's a little
very
stiff.
robotic.
Yeah,
Especially in dissecting a defense, he's very robotic, right?
right.
He's Mr. Roboto. Like
It's just
when
it's
Cutter,
just he's 6'10", so he can overcompensate
right,
for being late on the
and
pass.
with long arms, he
Right.
does a lot of stuff just off athleticism and freakishly built, right?
Hmm.
I wouldn't trade RJ for him right now, bro.
No,
I ain't
no,
gonna lie
no.
to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. But at the same time, Toronto's gonna want to do the same thing they did before. We're gonna counter with some type of Mitch on him, a Randall as the weak side help. I wouldn't do Randall. I would have Randall play the three and guard OG Ananobi. Have Jericho specifically Jericho Sims, not Hartenstein. See, I don't just want any rim protection. I need this guy, right? I need this prototype
Right.
because I need a guy that's just as athletic as all of those 6'8" wing players that Toronto's going to roll out. Because I don't want to have a accidental Hartenstein picking up OG Ananobi in transition. You feel me? I don't want that to happen. I would be comfortable with Mitch Randall, or Sims picking up OG Ananobi in transition.
Hmm.
Hartenstein, no.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not bashing Hartenstein. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that OG, Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam, Chris Boucher, all those dudes have a different level of athleticism to them.
Right. Right. Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right. And you need athleticism to combat that length and athleticism that the Raptors have.
Right. Right. Because you have to pose at some point, you have to pose your own threat of athleticism to these guys, or they'll just call a play from the sideline.
I'm not gonna lie to
Like
you.
Tibbs
I'm
did.
not gonna lie to you, Freezy. It might be a very ugly basketball game the next time we see them. Like both teams
I
sub
hope so.
100.
I hope
Both
so.
teams sub 100.
I don't care if we win
You talking
69,
about who?
67.
The Knicks and the Raptors. The Knicks and the
Right.
Raptors. The next game we play might be an
Right.
ugly basketball game.
Right.
I'm just trying to. I
Yo,
don't
can
know.
I just
Maybe
play
LJ comes
Greeny?
back though.
Can I just play Greeny intro one more time, man? I
Go
need to
for it.
hear Greeny.
Yeah,
Greeny, I'm gonna play your intro
yeah,
one more time.
bro.
Yo, every time I hear that, I just want to go get in my car and ride somewhere, bro.
What type of bars you got for that? Let me hear the bars you
Yeah,
got for it.
I ain't got bars, man. Yo, yeah, man.
At least Freezy honest that he don't got the bars. At least not
No,
right
I
now.
don't.
See,
And you know,
see,
everybody in New York can rap. You know that, right?
I for sure cannot rap. I'm not about to lie to
Yo,
you. I ain't got
that's what they
no
said.
bars, no service.
Yo, like it's like everybody in New Jersey own their own business, right?
Right,
Everybody in New York can rap. You ain't talked to now person in New Jersey that don't have like a business or a side hustle.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
They busybodies out in Jersey, man.
Yeah. They say they got their own business. They give you business cards or whatever, and you call a number, and the lady be like, "This number's been disconnected for 14 years." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
hey, Freezy, what do you like and what you don't like about my intro that you created?
I love your intro, bro.
You do?
The only thing I
You,
did, the only thing that I
you
had a shortcoming with is I wanted to put some type of picture that represents you on it, and I just
right.
couldn't bring myself to putting the Rangers up there. I just can't do
Oh,
that.
You couldn't. You could. I'm sure if you. I'm sure if you keep playing with it, you might be able to put some Rangers mix,
No,
Rangers
it'll
slash Knicks and in the mix there.
no, it'll break my computer.
Oh really?
Yeah.
The only thing my intro is missing is some Knicks players or whatever you want to say. But the intro is dope though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. The only fact,
That's the joint. Every time you show up backstage, I'm
yeah,
just cue
man.
the intro.
There you go.
Every time when y'all show up backstage, I'm just cue the intro, man, and just let the joint bump. Yeah, man. For
But
DSJ and for Delano Still Jr., whenever you come in the chat, I'm gonna just play Hood Goddess. Yeah, man.
DSJ say you got balls.
I got bars already. Chocolate bars.
C Mac
see,
funny.
I know when you're
I
making
can't like defense,
intros.
man.
Yeah, I know when you're making intros, Fuji, it takes a lot of your time.
Yeah.
So
Dre, what's that link
if
you
you
dropped in the
if
chat?
if you
Say that again.
if you if you play with my intros, you you might want to sneak in some Knicks stuff in there if you can.
I
Well,
said, what's that link
What you
you
said,
dropped in the
Greedy?
bio? I said, what's that link you dropped in the chat?
It is a tweet about Mitch Robinson's basic impact on the Knicks.
Freezy, Freezy had
about
pulled
Mitch.
up.
Hey,
Yeah, I
yo,
see
and for members of the channel and for the Patreons, I have a after game recap for you.
Hmm.
So you got that in your joint, man. It's just for y'all. So make sure y'all be aware of that. And I'm working on some high level content to put in there. I'm working on trying to get a conversation with the young cat from the Utah Jazz, to have a conversation about what really went down in the Donovan Mitchell trade, and that'll be for um, the upper level members. Y'all can expect that whenever we get it done. Hopefully, we can get it done. So, bim. Yeah.
I'm looking. Like, where? Who do you think Quinn Grimes ends up guarding on the Raptors with their gigantic lineup?
Tibbs is gonna make him guard up.
Who? Like, and,
OG and Scotty.
whew.
I know.
That
I
sounds.
know.
Well. To be absolutely honest, yeah, because you can't put Brunson on anybody else. So
And then, but you can't
you
put Brunson on anybody, not even Van
you
Fleet.
got yeah. That's our best chance is Van Vliet, and even then, it's like Van Vliet actually has been playing well as of late.
Right.
So we'll see.
Right.
But
The best
that
option
size difference
is
is. Mm.
Brunson on Chris Boucher and on the perimeter, and when he go down low, switch it up.
You know,
That's
we might actually see Nick Nurse adjust though, because when he goes against teams that have like multiple legit 7 footers, he tries to put Coloco out there, him or Boucher,
yeah, yeah. I
and
like
try to play
Coloco.
them. Yeah, they try to use Coloco. So like within maybe the first 5 minutes of the game or so, we might see Coloco get subbed in, especially
Yeah,
if Mitch is like on the glass
Hmm.
right,
dominating, which he might against that.
right,
Well, against that undersized front court compared to him, they're undersized.
right, right.
Hey, Dre, before you came on, I was telling Freezy that I would like to see the Knicks um, pick up that guy Keldon Johnson on San Antonio. It's that ball that
I
that guy can
I,
that
I
guy can
like
ball.
I
He,
do like Keldon Johnson,
yeah, he can ball.
but if you're trying to keep the Knicks as is, like if you're
Yeah,
trying to keep RJ or something like that, he basically poses the same issues that RJ has.
yep.
Mm.
So I'd be more interested in a Devin Vassell in the long run
Mm.
Well,
because he is different than any type of player we have, like
But
a Smith.
Grimes is gonna be him next year. I
You
wouldn't
think
even. I
so?
wouldn't even. Yes.
But like,
Yeah.
but that would mean we have to give him the usage. We have to let him operate the pick and roll, and we Let him take
Yeah,
mid-range jumpers off the dribble here and there. That,
but
and I'm
Vassell
not
Vassell is
sure.
only doing it because his team suck. If
Yeah,
Vassell
I
played
mean,
for,
absolutely,
he wouldn't be doing
absolutely,
all of that. You know what I'm saying? Vassell would
right.
probably be about 16 points a game.
Probably
But I
less, maybe
think
15.
maybe 50. But what I'm saying to y'all is he'll definitely be, excuse me, Vassell next year. The year after that, he'll have an SGA type impact on the Knicks.
Mm.
How many
From
years does
Gilgis Alexander.
how many years
From
does
your
Ken
lips to God's ears, man.
how many years does Camden Johnson has on his contract with San Antonio?
4. You mean how many he has left?
Yeah.
He's in the same draft class as Obi and quickly.
When is he a free agent? In 2 years from
So
now?
he's a restricted
He
free agent
he's
after
he's
next season.
extension eligible right now.
Right now, yeah.
Heck
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. But think about it. You have all this season and all next season,
Yeah.
right? Right. So if you get him, you have him for a good chunk of time.
Actually, Keldon Johnson signed an extension.
Keldon
Mm.
Johnson did. No, Keldon Johnson is in RJ
Yes.
Barrett's draft class.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was like
No,
extension
I thought he was
eligible.
talking
He
about
already
Devin. I thought he
had
was talking
his
about Devin Vassell.
no. Yeah. Because
Okay.
Keldon Johnson got a the Spurs got a great deal on Keldon.
5 years, 85, right?
Yeah, and it's front loaded. Like
Ooh.
this year is the most money he's gonna get. This year he makes next year he makes 20 million. The year after that, 24, 25, 19, 25, 26, 17.5, 26, 27, 17.5.
Down and
No
down and
options.
down. Down and down
No
and down.
options. He becomes more valuable the longer he goes, and then
Yeah.
whenever the Spurs decide to consolidate, whenever they get Vic Wembanyama and they want to compete in the immediate future,
Yeah.
they can flip him for an All NBA guy.
I could see them going. I could see them flipping their young talent for SGA to go with Vic W.
Oof.
At OKC, they're not planning to keep Shy Alexander, right?
We don't know.
If Trey Man keeps balling, bro. If
Is Trey Man
Trey
balling?
Man,
Yeah, Alexander could
They
ball.
they
Trey
have man, they're talented. You see Jalen Williams on that team has been
Jalen
balling
Williams,
too. He's been balling too.
yeah,
Alexander
and
could
a very
ball.
yeah. SGA is good, man. And then a very underrated player they have
Yeah,
is that skinny dude, the project they have at power forward. The dude he grabs rebounds and you like, yo, how did you come out of there with a rebound? The really tall dude, the dude that's like 180 pounds, like 7'6", 180.
Pokuševski.
Yes. How in the
He's hurt
world
right
is he?
now. He's hurt right now, but when I watch him play,
mm,
like they're in like developmental mode. So like some
Bro.
nights Poku might drop 10 minutes, and then some nights he might
Yeah.
play 36. So it depends on how the coach is feeling that night.
And
Like
it depends on if
whatever,
he's knocking down that corner three. When
right.
he is knocking down that corner three, bro, that dude is good. That dude is good. Now, I'm not saying he a gold digger, but he ain't messing with no. I'm just playing. No, I'm just saying. No, I'm not
I
saying.
look at like Poku. Poku does some things. You know who Poku kind of he reminds me of like a prototype version of what's that 6'10" shooting guard on the Magic
Yep.
that has a
Franz
brother.
Wagner. Franz
He's like
Wagner.
a prototype like version
Very
of
raw,
that
stripped
type.
down version of that. Yep.
Yeah,
Except
yeah,
taller.
yeah. Exactly.
He
He presents
reminds
guard
me of
skills.
Dre. I'm gonna say this on this show, and people are gonna laugh at me, but I don't care. I've been laughed at before. I think Poku is going to eventually, once he continues to get stronger and find out who he plays, find out who he is as a player, I think he's going to be the next Rashard Lewis.
Ooh,
mm.
When you
you know
watch him
what?
play,
I want to say that, but Rashard Lewis couldn't put the ball on the floor like the flashes that Pokuševski has.
right,
Like Rashard Lewis
right,
would face up, hit you with the mid range shot when he was on
because he was
Seattle,
a high school
or take
center. He was a high school center.
yeah, or take the corner three or the wing three. or
Right.
he'll come down. It'd be like a straight line dribble in the fast break.
Right.
But Poku, he presents like ball handling skills. Like you could set a pick for him, and he can be a decision
Yeah.
maker.
Yes. And he is a multi-layered passer out of the pick and roll.
He's
Like
creative. He
how
just sometimes he sees too much, and he like goes for the overtly flashy play.
because he buffers. You know how your computer gets too much information and start buffering? That's
Yeah,
what I always felt like Poku does. Right?
right.
Like why? Like Poku, what? The dude, Kenrick Williams was right here wide open for the dunk. A dude is open in the corner for three. You chose to throw a risky pass to the corner for three when Kenrick Williams was right here for the dunk.
Right in front of you. Yeah,
Right? Why?
that's the thing. Young players, they their eyes are too big for their
Right?
stomachs. If that,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so
That's what
they
old people
see,
say.
yeah, they see too much, and they go for the
Right?
home run play.
Right.
So, so the NBA All Star break is February 16th, right?
Okay.
Is that
Through the 23rd.
that's the All Star break?
So that's 5 weeks away, and no team is interested in Carmelo Anthony yet.
No.
Nah, man.
That's crazy.
Melo washed.
It,
He washed.
it's
I
not
can go grab a Melo out of the G League right now.
the thing
that
that
what Carmelo
Melo
is right
the
now?
thing that Melo does best is score, right?
Yeah.
And you could find a bunch of scorers in the league right now that
Yeah.
aren't 38 years old.
Right. And high maintenance.
Right. Like there's a bunch of guys in the league where you don't have to allocate isolations to them just because of their status.
Why would I sign Melo when I can just take the shackles off Obi?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Is you think about it, is Obi Toppin a decent 3-point shooter?
Yeah. Decent enough, 35%, 36%.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know Obi
I,
gonna be here. At least I think he's gonna be here.
well, hey, look, if Randall gonna keep playing like this, might as well rip the Band-Aid off, man.
Yeah. Greeny,
Might as
you
well.
ready to have this debate, Greeny?
What'd you say?
You ready to have this debate? Should we trade Obi or keep him?
I think Obi should play the three.
The three? Who he guarding at the three? I mean, he
I
has
just
the
don't think
offensive
I just
skill
don't
set
think
to be
Obi's
a
a
three.
four. I just don't think Obi's a four.
I don't.
He's
If
a
he play the
four in
three,
the.
where RJ gonna play? The bench? You gonna bring RJ off the bench?
The two.
So you gonna put Grimes on the bench?
That defense is gonna fall off. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you, Greeny. Skill set wise, he could play
You
the
need
three,
bench
but
for him right now.
You would take Grimes out of the starting lineup? No. Who would you put in for Grimes in the starting
I ain't
lineup?
saying he a gold digger.
Grimes will be cooking in the bench, on the bench with quickly.
I think RJ would be cooking off the bench. I'm just messing with you, man.
I'm just saying, either or. Like,
Would you
I was
take?
thinking about it today. If you put RJ Cole on the bench right now, he'd be cooking. Don't matter. Like, same thing.
Nah, I'm messing with you. RJ better in the bench.
Would you?
RJ Barrett is the future of Knicks basketball. He can
He the
never come
golden
off the
child.
bench.
Hey,
Ever.
Frizzy, if you was the coach of the Knicks, would you have the guts to take RJ out of the starting lineup?
The one thing, Adam, the one thing I have is too much guts. Too much guts gets you in bad spots, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With me, I would be like the dude that if that first San Antonio loss, I have all my starters on the bench the next game. You know what I'm saying? The way that we looked in that first Dallas game, the way we collapsed against Dallas in that second game, I'd have put all my starters on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't have. So if you asking me, would I have the courage to bench RJ Barrett, bro?
No, I don't mean bench him. Like have him come off the bench
Yes,
instead
the
of
same
being
thing.
the starting lineup.
That's the same thing because he was a start. Oh, you mean take him out of rotation? Nah, I ain't take no.
Like yeah, like
but having them coming
RJ's
off the bench,
always
I don't.
yeah.
I
RJ's
would consider. I would consider this. I would consider a lineup of. I know Mitch is important,
mhm,
right? But I would consider a lineup of some OB somewhere,
mm,
right? Maybe OB Randall Sims goes super
okay,
athletic in the front court,
okay. You put
right?
Obi you put
RJ,
Obi in the starting lineup?
no, just a lineup. I'm not saying in the starting lineup. I'm talking about just a rotation, just a group of guys playing together for a certain amount of minutes. I would put RJ at the 2 in that, and you know what I'm saying, have maybe quickly or Brunson run with him.
Hey, Freezy,
Yep.
they can't really detect sarcasm in the chat.
I understand. I know sometimes I have to say LOL.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
sometimes I have to say
He turned and
LOL.
got mad at me because I said RJ Barrett's the future of Knicks basketball. Damn, I can't say that.
Bro, you have to say LOL after everything. And
Oh man.
I have a person that I work with, like you send them a text, like you send them something funny, and then they call you like, what you mean, man? I've been with the
Yeah.
bro. It's a joke. Relax.
Almighty Fanice says all Obi does is smile.
He's on the all smiles team.
Yeah.
He's our
Obi made the
junkyard
all
dog.
smile.
He's our
Yeah,
junkyard dog, man.
yeah. Well, um, I would say this about the Raptors game though. All kidding aside, but we got to make an adjustment. We already saw what their piece de resistance is. They already moved. They already moved their queen to a certain point to cover all the angles. Now
Right.
we gotta make sure, because the queen is gonna cover all these angles. We gotta threaten the queen, right? We gotta find some way to cut the board off so the queen can feel threatened to move, right? So if they want to do Pascal Siakam with on the pick and roll from the top of the key, we have to find a way to counteract that, because the thing about that is, even when they ran it, they still couldn't shoot. If they had shooters on that team when they were doing that, they would have beat us by 40, because they had so many wide open looks. But Scotty Barnes,
What?
OG, and them dudes couldn't shoot.
Yeah, I think what's his name? Their two guard wasn't playing that game. What's his name?
Hmm.
That played at Duke. He has dreadlocks, light skinned guy.
Trent.
Yeah, Gary Trent. I don't think he played that game. I don't recall him
I
playing.
can't remember if he did it then.
Yeah, I don't think he
Right.
played that game.
They still couldn't space the floor, and Siakam still murdered us going to the rim.
Oh,
Right.
he was looking like Giannis, man. He was looking like Giannis.
Siakam was motoring himself to the rim, and the
Right.
Knicks couldn't stop him.
Right.
They got to do a better job against Siakam when they face Toronto again, because they have 3 meetings with Toronto this month. That's a lot.
That's a lot. But you
That's
know
a
what though?
lot to face the same team 3 times in the same
I
month.
don't think we're gonna lose to them again until next season.
I hope we win all 3 of these games
Yeah.
against Toronto.
I think the game is going to be in Toronto. I wish RJ would come back because he
Yeah,
loves
yeah,
hosting
man,
Toronto.
child will be there. Yeah,
Yeah,
man, child will be there.
two in Toronto wanted to go out.
Gary Trent started for them tonight, so you can't really. I think okay. So it might actually continuously start because Gary Trent started for them last game
Would you?
against the Sixers.
How about this starting lineup, Freezy? Brunson, IQ, RJ, Randall, and Sims.
Sims?
Yeah,
Sims?
instead of Mitchell Robinson. What do you think of that starting lineup?
I think you underrate how much Mitch actually means to this team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because you saw tonight, like he played 13 minutes, and you could see that he didn't play that many minutes.
Right.
mm-hmm.
So I the things that Sims presents as far as like
Yeah.
a switch up and the
Yeah.
ability to like be a very athletic guy that can switch on basically any guy in the league. That is more useful when we're going against second units where their
Mhm.
offenses have to be more diverse and they have to figure out ways to piece offense. When we're
Yeah.
going against starting lineups, you kind of have like an idea of where they're going to score from or who their go-to scorer is, and you can base your defense and your rotations on trying to push someone into the direction of Mitch. Whereas
Yeah.
Sims can jump out the gym, but you can't replace being a legit 7-1.
Right.
Yeah. And
Right.
then I was looking at the second unit as McBride, Grimes, Hartenstein, um,
Fournier.
Fournier, and Obi.
Right. I think Fournier is the difference. I think
Yeah.
if Fournier plays against Toronto, I think you'll see us. But anyway, guys, I'm so tired, man. I'm washed, man. I'm gonna get a little early, man.
Peace, easy.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna jump on in the morning. It'll probably be AM in the morning.
Oh boy.
This time. So, but man, I gotta get out of here and get some sleep, man.
Yeah,
You,
man. You need
you, you
some
know,
sleep, Fuji. I
yeah,
told you
man.
that.
Yeah, man. Yes, boss.
Yeah. You got it, boss.
Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man.
All right,
Peace.
Fuji.
All right,
Later,
peace, y'all.
Dre.
Yeah.
Greeny.